My name is Juan Pablo Figueroa Ortiz. I'm compliant with the requirements for WordDOS number 9. So, what I'm gonna do is the presentation of, like I said, a video talking about what really got me into doing different activities when I used to be bored. Okay, when I used to be bored, the first thing I did a long time is that I traveled to Bradenton. I have to make some changes because actually I used to be very blue and bored. Suddenly I thought of visiting my friends in Bradenton. I know Bradenton is in Florida, right? And then when I got to Bradenton, what activity got me out of the routine when I got to Bradenton? Well, as you see in the picture, yes, I used to do a lot of activities when I used to be very bored. One of them was going to the beach, of course, as you see here, and sun tanning and snorkeling, right? Swimming with a snorkel, under the water. Then another activity that I used to do is to read Reader Digest. Reader Digest is you see me here, Reader Digest magazine. Reader Digest is a magazine that most people in the United States like to read when they are really very bored. So I used to read it, and I used to in that time also use to have the chance to know about some of the articles. One of the articles that caught me the attention was that I was in an article about how the bat and how the skanks, skank an animal, how the raccoons, how the opossum were invading the people's basement in the United States. So they have been fighting for this kind of issue they have right now in the United States. So reading to the digest, you can get a lot of things, and then you don't get bored. Also, one of the activities I used to do when I got bored, as you see in this picture, is that I got a crop pot. A crop pot is a kind of pot that goes very slowly. So in this picture, you see that I am preparing really preparing a kind of soup using chicken breast, using vegetable and using dressing, and then I put it in the crock pot, and then go outside, and then it really does wonders. This kind of crock pot does wonders. It stews, it cooks, it also if it do whatever you want to do, even it can be a case or something like that. Whatever you want to do in this crock pot, you can do it. So when I used to do this kind of thing when I was bored. Also, an activity very important here is when I was bored, it was that really I went hiking to the Cascades. Right? Really, when I felt very blue, I like to go hiking and going to the Cascades here and to take a dip. And I had the chance to meet people over there, and I used to go there. My guide recommended me to go to the Cascade in order to have a good time when I used to be very bored. I used to do this kind of activity, right? Then something that caught the attention in the San Jardín in southwestern Antioquia is that how did I used to use to spend my free time when I really got bored. Another activity I had was that I going to the park, to the cafeteria, and then in that cafeteria with people I used to chat away the time. I used to take picture also, and as you see in the picture here, you see the picture in the park, and mostly I chatted with the people 1 hour, and then I spent all the hour just finding out gossip, Finally, it's another activity I used to do when I was more is I used to travel to Medellin and I visited the museum. One of the museum there in Medellin is when you can see it there in the park there you can see the how Botero is a great sculptor, and I learned about to how these big statues that you can see in Medellin in the Botero he's a good sculptor. So when I was really very bored, I used to visit museum also. Then last but not the least, I used to practice meditation. Yes, inhaling, exhaling for an hour, and then after practice meditation, actually I was really green with envy when my brother told to me that he showed me some books about meditation, about how can I improve in that kind of thing, right? And finally, at the end of the day, I used to watch TV. I used also when I was bored. I used to I used to watch TV. Sometimes I used to take a rest, take off pajamas. I mean, ready to sleep. So I was at last very thankful for the day that happened. That finally I just fell asleep. So I just see I used to do many kind of activities when I was bored. Okay, thank you, my friends. Have a good day. Bye.